So Steve, tell me about the Atlanta chapter of PDMA and the kinds of events that you do.
So PDMA, the Atlanta chapter, is one of the largest chapters in the country. And we have, once a year, we have a big summit meeting, which is this event. Panel sessions in the morning and speakers in the afternoon. And then we meet every other month, typically November, January timeframe, throughout the year. And we meet at various locations in the city, typically at companies, corporations, Rubbermaid, Zuno, Zep, just different places like that.
Tell me how this global focus came about of this event, this year's summit.
So each year we focus on a particular theme, and one of the things that became clear to me in my work, I own a product development company as well, is the fact that all of us are doing business all over the world. We have customers throughout the world, we have suppliers throughout the world, we're working with design teams, we have companies throughout the world, so pretty much on a daily basis. And so it became a pretty easy way to say, hey, let's see what this idea of global is and what are the different aspects for new product development.
Yeah, well, expand on that a little bit more. Why does that make sense for the Atlanta chapter in particular with the kinds of constituencies that you have?
Because if I look across at our membership, our members represent Fortune 500 companies with multinationals. Coca-Cola is a perfect example, or Kimberly-Clark, or you name it. New Rubbermaid, perfect example. I mean, these guys are doing business everywhere in the world, and they're our members. As well as, I mean, Atlanta is definitely a hub for manufacturing and manufacturing centers throughout the world. So,
how will I won't say findings because it's not like this is a study, but how will the success of this event inform your other programming throughout the years to come?
So, I think what happens, what PDMA's mission is really, is to develop and grow a culture in the product development community in Atlanta. So for me, if we get people who have never met together to work together, so that they can contact them. My goal is tomorrow, they've got a stack of business cards that they can reach out to a supply chain guy that they heard talk today and go, hey, I got a problem, can you help me out? Or I heard you guys talk about a marketing strategy that you're doing at Kimberly-Clark. I'm interested in learning more about it. So it's really that kind of collaboration.
And it's that kind of thing that's even more relevant when you're talking about overseas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things I looked at, 75% of the projects we're currently working on right now have a global component to it.
Wow.
And I'm pretty confident. I'm going to ask this question today. I'm going to get everybody in their room to raise their hand. They're going to say the same thing. So it's not like, 10 years ago it may have been, one thing. Or, we're doing some manufacturing with a vendor in China. Now it's all different aspects. So.
And products are not just being made, for the local market here. I mean, they're being expanded. And how do you translate kind of some of the things we heard in the first panel? How do we translate those established brands here into something in a completely new market where they're unrecognized? It's very interesting.
Exactly. I mean, you heard from that. I mean, you've got representation from all these different businesses, and one of the points that's clear, a stroller that works in North America and moms like here may not work in Holland, may not work in Japan, but yet the design team for that Japanese stroller, it's a New Rubbermaid. It's here.
Exactly.